What's going on, my friends and Mandalorians? I hope you guys are doing well out there. Israel Galindo here. There are many flavors of the metaverse now that all space is going away. So today we're actually going to focus on one, Spatial.io. But first, let's spin that logo. What's going on, my friends? So today we are going to go to Spatial. That's Spatial.io. This is one of the many metaverses that we've kind of seen taking an upleap and new characters and new ways of seeing things across the board. First thing you want to do is go ahead and register your account. You can use the many methods as you see above, and being able to submit. For us, we're just going to use Google. And for this example, we're just going to create an account like you guys will be to ensure that you can follow through across the board. Once you've got your information in there, you're just going to hit next. You're going to let that render. Once you're in there, you are now having a new account. And the best thing to do is just to check out the website and everything you can do on it. One of the cool things about Spatial is you can do it on any device, including VR, iPads, tablets, phones, computers, Macs, etc. Once you are in here now, you can explore by looking at your profile and your account and all the menus that we've got on here. First, we're going to go into our profile on here. As you can see, ours is called Is a Radio, but we're going to actually change this to be our camera bot. Once we make those changes in here, we're going to change not only the username, but the screen name to make sure that it reflects to what we want it to be. You can call it and name it anything you like. When you're complete, you go ahead and hit save on that. This includes any spelling, numbers, digital, etc., as well as your social media. Again, when you are completed, verify your username and your name to be exactly how you reflect it to be. Any about us you can add in there as well for your profile, as well as your social tags and everything else. It will let you know that your profile seems to be empty because there are some fields we did leave behind, but that's okay for this exercise. Spatial is a very diverse multiverse with many worlds that you can explore of different categories, as well as giving you your own tools to create your own metaverses and worlds that you can design yourself. Let's go ahead into your home that you get created automatically by default. This is going to be the space that you are given by Spatial that is very customizable as well. In Spatial, you can move on any tablet, device it, VR, different ways. In this PC example, we are moving around with the mouse as well as zooming in and out, but you'll have a wizard showing you that. We're going to show you some of the tools on the bottom where you can move things around and get information on objects you can interact with. Here we're actually editing an object that we have on the wall just so we can adjust it in different ways, different methods, and allowing us to move it across our space as well. You'll notice the different positions, the x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. X is moving something left and right, where Z is moving it forward and back. And Y will move it up and down. We are just kind of adjusting it to this wall, moving a little bit to the left and the right, and then enlarging by scaling it up. You can also click on it and drag it where you want it to be, or you can select it to see the full picture by hitting the magnifying glass. One of the cool things about Spatial is your content and your assets. For this example, we're just going to click on the plus sign to give us a new asset. And we're going to actually add a furniture piece that's automatically set up there for us. We're going to take this piece here and just show you how we're going to adjust it to one of our walls and how we're going to use the positioning of the XYZ axis to move it around and adjust it how we want it to be for the purposes of having it defined in our space. One thing that I always recommend is once you are done editing is go ahead and lock the piece so you don't accidentally move it when you're dragging things around with your mouse or in your headset and other devices. But now we get to the fun part of sharing your content. There's a little arrow right here to share your screen. This is anything that you have on your laptop. Now again, this is going to be on your device, PC or Mac, where you are able to share content, including the audio of any device. In this example, we are going to share a screen that we have up and running on another browser tab. And now we have this sharing in our space. I can take this and move it where I want it to be. For this example, we're going to make it look like it's a TV screen sitting on my desk. And we are going to share that and drag it in front of my space to again look like it is a computer monitor. Using the XYZ axis, I will move it in front, as well as rotate and scale the system to make it look like it's in front of my desk. Again, when you are sharing, you can basically share anything you like, any browser tab, any window, including your entire desktop. Note that if you have anything you don't want people to see, you don't want to have those tabs open. You will notice that your browser will tell you which screen is being shared at the time by giving you that pop-up on the top stating what screen is being shared. You can always select different screens as you are deciding to share other content with users. For this example, again, we're just sharing one screen and making sure it fits on our desk. Now let's say you want to share YouTube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open up the other window I'm sharing, and I'm going to type YouTube on the screen. I'm going to hit the button to share this screen instead to broadcast. And now I will play a video coming over this way. I will enhance the video by enlarging it as it should be. And you'll notice that on the screen, let me go back and enlarge it. There it is. On the screen, once I go back to my main screen, now I have a YouTube video being shared. You can take this screen and make it as big as you want if you want to be showing it like a projector in a movie theater, or you can make it as small as a TV projector as I've got it right here. One neat thing you'll notice is you can move around in it 3D, and if I go behind it, anybody behind it will actually be seeing the same screen as if it was see-through or pass-through on the video itself. Again, this being the space that Spatial created for you as your home, you can customize it any way you like, as well as move any asset in there wherever you want it to be. You could even put the TV outside by the lake, or you can move it outside this explicit space as well to your liking. Some of the menus you'll see on the screen is being able to share your space with others by selecting this box right here. This will enable anybody to find your space by the name, or you can also copy the link and send it over to them in many ways possible. You can also change the name of your place, as ours is called Botcam Home. Another cool thing about it is you can actually go live, meaning you can let the people that follow you know that you are live and you're throwing, say, an event or a party. This will alert everybody, letting you know that you are live and you are streaming to the world. Anybody can connect to you on any device, again, tablets, phones, VR, Oculus, etc., and being able to follow you. Now you're going to see who else is logged in by clicking on the little circle on top, and it'll show you who is logged in. You can click on their name and you can follow them, or you can boot them off of your property as well. And as far as the video, audio video, you have some recording items on the bottom left where you can select audio and select video. Make sure that you do allow these items by your computer. You will see on top in the little circle, you'll see my actual live face of my camera, but other users will see a pop-up on top of your head with an actual live video. Some of the cool things Spatial also has added is the emoticons and the animations. To be able to click on the bottom your emoticons, to be able to say share love, like, discuss, smile, etc. You can also make your avatar dance and move around and show some cool dad moves as well. You can also unlock many new dance styles as you continue to use that further, as well as many emoticons that you are able to unlock in the program itself, again, as you are using more and more this application. They've also added a chat area where you can chat with people. Anything you type in there, they will be able to see it on their screens as well. Again, it's beta, but you can actually go ahead and do that and add those and send over any announcements that you have on there, and they will be able to see that across the board. You can also customize your avatar by selecting the customize avatar here and selecting the different styles that are available. What we like to do is we like to use readyplayer.me website. Again, that's readyplayer.me, and be able to import our own customized avatar. But they give you enough tools to create your own style, your own color, your own feel, and your own genre of different avatars that you see fit. You can also save them to be able to use them in the future across your different spaces, parties, and worlds as well. Your creativity is key when it comes to creating the perfect avatar to your style and the way you feel in that space, in that place, and the time of day, etc. But now we come over to this button right here, which allows you to do favorite worlds and notifications. Once you click on that, it will actually favor this world, as well as give you notifications when something is happening in that space, including your own spaces. Now for this part of the exercise, we're actually going to create a brand new space, not using the home that they gave you. So let's go ahead and click create a new space. And you're going to notice all the different ones you can select from. You can upload your own, you can select customized ones, and even some premium ones on there. The collections are premium NFT ones that you have to register your Meta wallet, etc. But for now, we're just going to select a template. Let's go ahead and select this one right here. We'll do the boardroom. Once it actually creates the space for you, you'll have an empty canvas, if you will. First thing I like to do is change the name of the space to whatever you want it to be. Let's go ahead and give it the Botcam Boardroom, or maybe let's change it up a little bit. We'll call it the Idea Room. Yeah, let's do that, something like that. This way it gives us a cool little space name that people can search. Now remember, whatever you type in there will be searchable if you make it a public space. First, let's go ahead and get acquainted with the space. And let's look at our assets and Sketchfab, one of my favorite things to do. Go ahead and click on Connect Sketchfab, register a quick account. These are free. This will give you thousands of 3D assets that you do want for your space to make it look as custom and as cool as you want it to be. So I'm just going to go through and create a quick account here. Once it's created and registered, we'll be able to access the entire library of thousands of 3D objects that can be added. Anything from a chair, to a boombox, to a car, to a nightclub, to a coffee house, to a cat, to a dog, to a mountain, to a rock. You name it. Anything you need in 3D, you'll be able to find it there for free. Once you've connected all of that, we're going to go ahead and click on it and find any 3D object. For this example, we are just going to add some wall art. So let's just go ahead and type wall art and see what we can put on our wall. Again, for this example, we're just looking for something neat, something that's going to be speaking to us. And this sun actually speaks to us right now. Using, again, your edit features and buttons, we're actually going to change the rotation. By the way, I always turn off the information because it gives you a little card showing the name of it, and it sends a link to that creator. I don't need that, so I just hit the I for information and I turn off that information. And for now, we're just going to move the sun with our positioning, getting it centered, and we're going to scale it up, and then we're going to make it centered into our wall to make it look like a piece of artwork on this side of our wall in our idea room. Oh, you also see something gray floating in front of the sun. That's actually where your TV screen is. You can always edit and move that around. It's just a see-through. And I'll give you guys an example of where that TV is. I'm going to share a screen here. Let's just pick the YouTube that we had going, and it's going to come up. Let me go back to my other screen, and as you can see, it's sitting right in front of the sun. So we're actually going to drag it up to the wall to make it look like it's part of the artwork of the wall. So let's go ahead and drag this TV over. Let's go unlock it, edit it, and I'm going to drag it over. You can also do this in VR, which is a lot easier because you're in front of it. On PC, it takes a little bit to do, but you're able to do it. So we're going to adjust again our positioning XYZ. Make it happen exactly where it's sticking out of the wall just a little bit, and then we'll remove into our x-axis, move our y-axis a little bit to make it up or down, and scale it up as it should be to make it look like a TV on the wall. Now the next step is I'm going to add some furniture, so we're going to use Sketchfab again, and then I'm going to just basically in here and type a sofa, a couch. Let's just type anything on here that we need. Let's just like sofa, right? Want something that goes with our decor. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and look at thousands and thousands of 3D models and renders that they have here. Anything you like, you can add into the space as well. These are all pre-configured fabs, assets that actually are rendered by many artists. Once we add it into the system, let me look for something cool here. I think I'm just going to do maybe a chair, a green chair. There's one right there. We'll go ahead and add that chair into the system, and we'll adjust it where we want it to be. I'm going to turn off that information so we don't see that little placard card. Turn that off, hit the save settings, and then I'm going to go ahead and edit that chair to make it look like it's against the window. So I'm going to turn it over a little bit. I want to make it a little bit bigger, so I'm going to edit the scale, the rotation, the size of movement, positioning left and right, as we've talked about it in the past. Get it as close to this wall as possible, and then we'll probably scale it up just a little bit to make it look cool. Once it's exactly where the position I want it to be, I'll scale it up a little bit to make it look like it's more fitting in the room. Take a couple of stabs at it, make sure it looks good, move it a little bit bigger, and then position a mirror copy of it by clicking that mirror copy there of duplicating something. And now that I've duplicated it, by hitting that button on the bottom towards the right, duplicates the system, and I'm gonna duplicate that and put it next to it on the other side of the wall to make it look like a unison, very feng shui type feel on this space that we have created. Once you've finished editing and moving things around here as we are doing in your new space, again, sometimes we like to duplicate things so you don't have to start anything from scratch. So once we finish here with the chair, we're actually going to move a copy of the TV to the other wall, so any of your viewers or followers or anybody in your space will see two TVs mirrored on the same thing. So let me finish this chair right here really quick. Once it's completed, I'm going to lock it so again it doesn't move on us at any time. And I see that empty wall behind us. So maybe what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a second TV. So I'm going to go over and unlock the television. And I'm going to duplicate that TV by hitting the duplication button. Once I've got it duplicated on there, I'm going to go ahead and drag it. So let me go ahead and unlock it there. Make a copy of it. And then once I've got a copy of the TV, I'm actually going to drag it. Let me go ahead and grab this one again. Just taking a look at where the wall is and how big that wall is going to be so we can make a copy again of this television. So I'm going to here unlock it. I'm going to edit the TV. And then we're going to make a copy, drag it across the room, and we're going to move our entire palette on the computer here. Once I've got it on there, I'm going to drag it to the wall. I'm going to adjust it where I want it to be. And again, positioning it, rotating it, and scaling it as need be to make sure that we can get the screen on that second wall to make it look as cool as we did on the first wall. Remember, anytime you're editing, you can move anything anywhere you want it to be. There is no limitation of where you can put it. The only thing I did find is I can't figure out how to put something on the ceiling and on the floor unless it's created for the floor or the ceiling. You can't scale this TV up or down when it's up on the ceiling or low on the floor. If you guys do figure that out, comment below, let us know how you did it, as we've tried many flavors and cannot do that. We also emailed support and asking them about it, but they have not given us an answer. If we do have an answer, we will let you know in the next video on the update on Spatial. So now that I've got my TV where I wanted it, I'm going to look around the space, make sure that everything looks cool and dandy, and I'm very happy with my space. And now what I'll do is I'll share it so my friends can visit this, etc. Let's walk over here now to this window. Let's see what we got. We got an amazing views, and if we could always change the skyline to a dark night, maybe what we'll do is we'll go ahead and add a telescope. That would also give the ambience a really cool, smart look. So here's the telescope right here. I'm gonna go ahead and add that. And again, I always take the little placard off so we can't see that little white box showing the information on it. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the information, turn that off and save it. And then I'm gonna adjust the positioning, the scale, and the rotation of it to make it look cool. So first I'm gonna pull it down towards the ground so it's next to me, and then I'm gonna move it forward towards the window. Then I'll work on the positioning and rotation of it as well. So let's go ahead and move that over. We'll stand over closer to it, and then we'll go ahead and make it a little bigger so it'll fit the scale of our body, and as well as rotate it maybe like it's looking to the opposite direction. So let's move that a little bit forward here. Once it's completed where I like it to be there, then I'm gonna scale it up a little bit, and as well as rotate that. That's a little too big, otherwise I need a ladder to step up to it. So let's make it a little bit smaller. We'll bring it down just a smidge. You'll get used to these controls once you get used to it on that. And I'm gonna rotate it like it's looking out this window towards the eastern sky. So we're gonna save that now that we've got it set up. And we're gonna exit the space. Now you'll notice that our spaces are saved under our spaces. And when you've got on there, if you want to find any of your friends' spaces, you can actually search for any space name, every category, including this one, is radio. So is radio will show me anything that I've got shared out, as my other avatar is radio in space. So we're going to go into the Lux Penthouse that is radio has built. Now what's cool about is radio's penthouse, Lux Penthouse, is we have many flavors and many rooms doing many things. This is a functional mansion that we created for not only our streaming media, but our music production as well. Let's go into the streaming media studio, give you a little tour. This is a live streaming studio where we bring our friends and guests and we interview them as do as live shows, as you're seeing right now. This full streaming studio allows multiple players to be in it and be able to have a cameraman recording them. Let's go across the hall here into our DJ room, music room. You can actually have guests come in here, lounge out, look at the amazing view, and when you get a cool view on here, you'll see the full nightclub that is also created in this space. Let me zoom in a little bit. We actually have a nightclub with DJ gear. We can actually project a movie screen behind that of a live DJ playing while the avatar is standing in front of it. So this is another space where users can come over and party it up, if you will, and have a great time with their friends. This is why we wanted to do this space, to have multi-spaces in it. Again, functionality being you can come here, play, hang out, stream, and even do business. So here's the DJ room, here's the DJs there, and we can actually invite a bunch of friends over for a quick party. And then what we'll do is we'll actually walk out here and show you our actual office and workroom for our tech company. So we're gonna move this over and walk across the way here and walk into our actual technology room space. This is an open space where I can have meetings with my staff and my coworkers, as well as vendors and clients. They can come in here in VR or as well as their computers, and we can have Zoom meetings and be able to share anything on the screen. As you can see, Hollywood is in there because we work with a lot of Hollywood clientele and a lot of celebrities and movie studios as well. Coming out of the space, we're actually just going to show you a couple of aesthetics. We added a kitchen here. People can come out and hang out in the lounge. Added a couple of pastries, a couple of kitchenettes, flowers, amazing pictures and drawings and artwork that we've kind of created on there as well. And a bar area if you want to come over and hang out at the bar with your friends. We actually can stream a TV right behind on that wall and really give everybody an entertaining show if you just want to come over and lounge in the bar area. So the best thing to do here is explore, 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 as you want to go ahead and check as many worlds as you can in Spatial. So here's another example of a world. Don't forget that all of these renders do take time depending on the size of the world, but you can always look around once everything is loaded, and also depending on your internet speed. You can also select a player and hit follow if you want to follow them as well. Okay, we hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and like and subscribe and leave any comments below. Let us know what else you want to see on Spatial, and we will see you on the next one.